Hi, this is Michael. I'm here with Thomas from NETGEAR. Thomas, can you tell me more about your new product, Business Central?
Yes, Business Central is a software as a service platform that gives the capability for small to medium-sized enterprises to centrally manage and monitor different NETGEAR business products. As a first phase for Business Central, allows you the capability to manage wireless access points.
Who would benefit from using Business Central?
Business Central is a great tool for small to medium-sized enterprises. We believe that not every small business owner have the expertise for IT management, and that's the reason we built Business Central. It has a super easy interface for non-expert IT person to take an access point, plug into the network, and manage centrally.
Well, let's say I'm a franchise hotel owner and I don't have much experience using computers. How would Business Central benefit me?
Yeah. So normally, if you don't have Business Central, you take an access point, or multiple access point in the case for hotel, and you deploy one access point here, another access point somewhere else. The big challenge is trying to figure out what type of frequency you need to use, what's the output power, what are some of the security settings you need to do for these different access points. You could have multiple access points, and as the network grows, it gets pretty complicated. And you may have different locations that you're trying to manage. Business Central is a great tool for centrally manage all these access points. Extremely easy. You take an access point out of the box, plug into a internet accessible port, and log in to a cloud interface, create a location. In this case will be a hotel location. Put in the address for the hotel, do some basic setup for the wireless setting. For example, you can set a captive portal, and you can set up different type of wireless security, and the access point will automatically communicate centrally with the cloud, and then from the cloud interface, all that configuration is pushed to the different access point in your network. That's how you can get your network set up.
What if that level of complexity is still too much for me?
Yeah, so we expect that people have different level of IT expertise. And what I described earlier is still a little too complicated for a person who may not be an expert or even half an expert for IT. The great thing about Business Central is that we have a new feature that we introduced called the Multi-Tenancy. Multi-Tenancy gives a capability for a managed service provider. Like, let's say I'm a NETGEAR business partner and I have the capability to manage on your behalf. Okay? And what I can do is I can use Business Central as a centralized dashboard to manage a customer like yourself. Also, I can manage using the same platform, the single login, to manage multiple customers. For example, I can manage a hotel, a school, a coffee shop, all using a single dashboard. This way, you as a hotel owner, you can lean on me to manage your wireless infrastructure.
Well, let's say as a hotel owner, I still want to, even though I don't know a lot about technology, I may still want to monitor the network. How would I be able to do that?
Great. Business Central give you a role-based access. Managed service provider like myself, I do the complicated stuff. I try to figure out what type of settings you need. I push firmware on your behalf. But in the case that if you want to log in to see how many users in your hotel, I can give you a read-only access, and you can log in to see how many users on your network a particular day. Business Central, the great thing about multi-tenancy is that, remember, I have multiple customers as a managed service provider. When you log in, I will make sure that you don't see or change information from the other customer that I manage. So that's a great thing about managed service provider, the multi-tenancy feature, because it's secure, it's easy to use, and it takes the complication, shift the complication from you to me, which I have the expertise to manage on your behalf.
Sounds interesting. Let's say I'm a NETGEAR business partner and I'm interested in learning more about multi-tenancy. Is this difficult for me to learn about?
It's definitely very easy. So what I'll do in the next few minutes is go through some of the screenshots to show you how easy to set up an account, how easy to set up multiple locations, and hopefully you can experience how easy it is from the managed service provider perspective in terms of user interface.
Great, let's do it.
Hi. Welcome back to Business Central demo. I will now show you how easy it is to set up multi-tenancy in NETGEAR Business Central. First, go to businesscentral.netgear.com or bc.netgear.com. Type in your username and password. to log in to the account. As you can see here, I have already created 2 locations. What I'm going to do now is create a location and assign to a Hotel California. By doing this, you have created a 3rd location, and you can assign that 3rd location to a separate account. So why don't we start doing that? I'm going to create a location. Let's call it Best Western. The Best Western automatically selects a location on the Google map. And here what I'll do is I will also put in my name as a person who will receive the alerts regarding this location. And then right here you can see you can select a particular account you want to put this location in. In this example, I have already created 3 separate customer accounts. Small Customer, Hotel California, and my first account as 3 separate customer accounts. In this example, I have added Best Western to the account called Hotel California. And then don't forget to put in the password for the device. What I've done now is create a location called Best Western, and this Best Western account has been associated with Hotel California. That's all you need to do to set up the location corresponding to that account. Subsequently, you create a wireless network that's pertained to this location. Let's call it Best Western Wi-Fi. And then you can select whatever frequency you want this SSID to broadcast, as well as the particular VLAN that this SSID should be tagged to. For an example, I will say VLAN 12. And then you can type in any of the wireless security authentication that you prefer. In this example, I would just select WPA Personal. You have an option to add captive portal. My suggestion is that you refer to the video that we have created to instruct you how to create a captive portal. For simplicity, I would just create a WPA Personal Secure SSID. The next thing you want to do is you want to add a device. To add a device, you find the serial number behind the access point. I have an access point next to me, and I will do that. This is typically also on the box of the access point. As you can see here, this has been selected and the access point automatically gets displayed on the right hand side. And I will say this is a AP at hotel to give a name for the access point. And that's all you have to do. As you can see here, very easily I have created an account, created a location, add a wireless network, and SSID associated with that wireless network. Finally, I would direct you to the account menu, which will give you information about the multi-tenancy account. As you can see here, I have created 3 separate accounts: my Small Customer, my first account, and Hotel California. Each one of these locations, or each one of these customers, have a particular location associated with it. The one that I have just created is called Best Western Sahara. As you can see here, it's being appropriately placed under the account Hotel California. And you have a capability to add additional collaborators or other people that can manage this account. For now, I'm the only person that can manage the resources in this multi-tenancy account. As you can see, very simple, very straightforward.
Thomas, thanks for showing me the multi-tenancy demo today. Looks very interesting and looks very easy to set up and use.
Great. Thank you for your time.